Let's go ahead and close this lesson up with a brief discussion of safe and unsafe type conversions in C++. The list I'm going to present is not going to be exhaustive, but it should give you a pretty good idea of what some of the conversions that you may encounter are safe versus those that are going to be unsafe. So to get into this, a safe type conversion, as we'll define it here, is always going to convert the value to an equal value or best approximation of an equal value. And if you notice here, these are all, for the most part, going to be widening conversions, or they all are widening conversions. So this would include a bool to a char, a bool to an int, a bool to a double, a char to an int, a char to a double, and an int to a double. And again, this list isn't exhausted, but these are, some of the types that we said you'd frequently encounter and those that we're, expecting you to be using in your program. Obviously, some of the other flavors of an integer, other flavors of floating point numbers, safe conversions would be, those that are also widening from, so a short to an int to a long, single precision to double precision to extended precision, etc. Those would all be considered safe as well. But again, we really emphasize that the types that you should be using within your program should be the 5 primitive types that we kind of talked about. Of course, later on in the semester, we will build up into more complicated types. We'll talk about compound types, compound data, and we'll actually get into user-defined types as well. And those have their own kind of whole way of going about and defining conversions. So, unsafe type conversions. In addition to safe conversions, C++ will also allow us to perform either implicitly or explicitly unsafe type conversions. And in unsafe type conversion, as you might recall, it's pretty much a narrowing conversion. A value can be turned into a value of another type that does not equal the original value. So in this case, it's, again, the wider type to the narrow type, double to an int, double to a char, double to a bool, int to a char, int to a bool, char to a bool.